What's up everyone, this is Dwarfin87 here to bring you a new video. Welcome back to Today in WoW. Today we're going to be looking at some of the events that come in with Hallow and the Headless Horseman. But before we hit that started, let's look at our daily activities. Today's emissary quest for the horse should be Talangi's Expedition in Stormworks for the Alliance, and that has to be done within the next 24 hours. We both have Tortolan Seekers that has to be done within the next 48 hours. And the Horde and the Alliance War Effort are the ones that kicked in today, and that has to be done within 72 hours. We have a total of 3 champions for Azeroth quests here in Sandalar. One of them is going to be Azeroth Empowerment, 1 Azeroth Mining, and 1 Azeroth Madness. Bolduin is going to have 2 of them, one of them being Azeroth Empowerment and 1 Madness. Azeroth Empowerment is going to be on the north portion of the map, and Azeroth Madness is going to be on the east. Nazmir is going to have the last one, which is going to be an Azeroth Mining quest on the west side of the map. Kultira is going to have the final 3, 1 Azeroth Madness and 2 Mining. The 2 Mining quests are going to be located in Drossbar. One of them is going to be in the middle of the map, and the other one is going to be on the east. Terragar Sound is going to have the last one, which is going to be Azeroth Madness, and it's going to be located off of the coast. The Alliance still is able to do the Battle of Stormguard. They have 1 day and 9 hours left in order for you to be able to complete that. The Horde, of course, has access to the portal. You should be able to go in there, kill the world boss and any of the raids in the area. As I mentioned yesterday, Hallow is here. It started yesterday and it's going to run to the 1st of November. There's 3 things that I want to cover from this specific event that you might find interesting. The first thing being the Headless Horseman. Just like with Brewfest, there is a 1 boss dungeon available for the time that Hallow is active. The name of this dungeon is the Headless Horseman, and you should be able to access it to the Dungeon Finder. You can queue to this dungeon with any of your characters that are level 23 or higher. And if you're a level 120, the loot from the Headless Horseman is going to be item level 335. So if you're looking to increase your item level on your alts or your new character that just dinged 120, this is a great thing that you can do. It is pretty easy. You just queue for it. Usually the wait time is about 3 minutes for a DPS, maybe 5 at the most on my server. And you'll get a chance to get any of the rings that is dropped by the Headless Horseman. The loot table for this specific boss is just rings. The first one is the Horseman's Ring. The second one being the Seal of Ghoulish Glee. The third one being the Band of Petrified Pumpkin. And the last one being the Wicked Witch Signet. You get access to this loot table every time you complete the dungeon, so you're able to requeue multiple times throughout the day. The one thing that you can only get once per day is the Loot-Filled Pumpkin. The Loot-Filled Pumpkin is basically like the equivalent of the Brewfest keg that you used to get at the end of the dungeon. The loot table for this specific pumpkin is going to be the Horseman's Sinister Slicer, which is going to be a 1-hand sword. The Horseman's Horrific Hood, which is going to be a plate headpiece. The Horseman's Range, which is going to be a mount. The Magic Broom, which is going to be a mount that you can get and you can only use during this specific time of the year. The Sinister Squashling, which is going to be a pet. And the Hallow Helm, which is a cosmetic helmet. In addition to that, you can always get some random items like masks and treats. So don't expect to get one of these things all the time unless you have really good RNG. Once again, you can complete this with any of your characters. So if you're hunting for that mount, make sure that you complete it with all your characters throughout the day. The next thing I want to go over is going to be the vendors available for this specific event. There's a total of 4 vendors. The ones for the Horde can be found here in Tirisfell Glades, and the ones for the Alliance can be found on the Elwyn Forest. The hub for the Alliance is going to be right outside of Stormwind, so all you have to do is go to this specific area, and you should be able to find the vendors there. They all sell very similar items, except for the faction-specific items. Here for the Horde, we have the Pet Vendor, the Mask Vendor, the Wand Vendor, and the Candy and Toy Vendor. The Pet Vendor basically has a total of 5 pets. The Sinister Squashling is the first one. The Feline Familiar. We also have Widget the Departed, Cursed Birdman, Naxi. Out of the last 4, 3 of them are going to be customs for the Perky Pock. You're going to be able to turn them into the Mad Alchemist, Chip Saran, and Little Starlet. The last thing is a ominous pet treat, which basically says your pet is consumed by the power of the void. I'm not sure what that does, and I haven't collected any tricky treats yet, but you're welcome to test that out and see what happens with your pet. The mask vendor is going to have all the masks for the races available in the game except for the ally races. It also have a few masks that are from some of the races that are not playable, but they actually grant increases on strength, increases on stamina, increases of intellect, and increases of agility. So if you want a few buffs to be able to carry around, you should be able to come and pick this up. Remember that these masks are available and are only usable during the event. The third vendor we're going to be looking at is going to be the One Vendor. The One Vendor, of course, sells wands that you can use to turn party members into different things, including abominations, spiders, gargoyles, banshees, pirates, ghosts, skeletons. Basically anything that you can think of that might be Hallow related, you can turn them into. The last vendor is going to be the Candy and Toy Vendor, and this is the one that gets visited the most. The items available for this vendor is going to be the Hallow Helm, which is the one that you can also get from the Pumpkin Loot. The Exquisite Costume of the Lich King, the Exquisite Costume of Deathwing, the Exquisite Costume of Bromash, and the Exquisite Costume of Savius. Each one of those costumes costs you a total of 200 Tricky Treats. You can also get Chewy Felt Taffy, Pyroblast Cinnamon Ball, Soothing Spearmint Candy, Nerds, the Toothpicks, at a cost of 2 Tricky Treats per each one of them. You can get the Magic Broom, which is going to cost you 150 Tricky Treats, and again, this is only usable during Hallow End. You can get a few toys, including the Little Wicker Man, the Horsehead costume, the Horsetail costume, and those are available at the cost of 150 Tricky Treats. You can also get the Headless Horseman's Heartstone, which will basically do the same thing as your regular Heartstone. The only difference is that you won't have to waste a Heartstone space for it. And last but not least, we get the Ancient Heirloom Armor Casing, the Time Worn, and the Weather Armor Casing as well. There's no weapon upgrades here, so if you're looking for weapon upgrades, I would suggest you focus your activities more towards the Time Walking dungeon event for Mr. Pandaria, because those are available there. But if you have extra Tricky Treats and you don't know where to put them, you can definitely spend them here and increase some item levels of your heirlooms. The last thing that you might find interesting from this specific event is for you to be able to get the title of the Hallow. The Hallow can only be earned during Hallow End, and it will require you to complete 11 different achievements for you to be able to get it. The achievement list can be seen on the screen right now, and all of them are of course Hallow End related. You have to complete Trick or Treat, Bring Me the Head of the Headless Horseman, The Sparkling Smile, Nerve Rage, Masquerade, Tricks and Treats of Azeroth, Outwit It, The Savior of Hallow's End, Rotten Hallow, Check Your Head, and Sinister's Calling. If you want to find out more about each specific one, you can visit the achievement page. The main achievement for the Hallowed title reward will be in the World Event portion of it. But in order for you to find specific information regarding this ones, which I don't know why they have it set up this way, because you technically should be able to go to Hallow's End and be able to look at this achievement there. However, if you look at it, it is nowhere to be found. You only get the individual achievements. As you can see, I completed this a long time ago. Many of these achievements were earned even as dated back as 2008. But most of the stuff actually I completed in 2014, which is 4 years ago. Some of them are pretty easy to do, some of them are kind of a pain, but I would suggest that you go through your list and see what you can get done. Even if you're not able to complete everything this year, the achievements will of course carry over to next year. Whatever you completed at that point, you don't have to do again. If you want to, once again, know what the achievement is about, just go to your achievement page and you should be able to see it there under World Events. The name of the achievement is Hallow Be Thy Name. You can always use a search for it to find it. That is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you have any other questions regarding Hallow, and don't forget to leave those below. This is Dwarfing87 signing off. See you in our next video.